Only 2 days until families across the country will sit down for their Thanksgiving feasts.
We have an executive chef from Solvang cooking up something yummy on the patio. And if you're looking for ideas for your own dinner, well, let's send it outside to Mabrisa to learn more. Hey, Mabrisa.
Joined this morning by Chef Dimitri and Danielle, and they're with the Que Sera farm-to-table catering and event venue that just opened up in Solvang. Please talk to us a little bit more about your event venue.
Oh yeah, it's really exciting. We've just finished our renovation of about 9 months and have a beautiful event venue right in the heart of Solvang, right off Mission Drive, and it can seat up to 210 people for events. We have 4 beautiful event venues or spaces inside our venue, both patios, outdoor patios, inside beautiful dining room. Our chef here put a lot of TLC into it, a lot of found items, made a beautiful sycamore bar and gorgeous light fixtures, and just really did a wonderful job. And it's there for private events as well as off-site catering, and we are a farm-to-table catering and event venue.
So you're all about organic foods and growing locally grown food, so helping out farmers as well in our area. And you actually prepared your signature butternut squash dish, perfect timing for Thanksgiving holiday, correct?
Correct, yeah. You know, we moved to this country in 1980. My parents are of Greek descent, of Greek origin, and I was born and raised in Zimbabwe. And when we moved here, you know, being Greek, everything was always a Greek lamb or this or, you know, whatever Greek dishes. But for Thanksgiving, to honor the country we live in and love so much, we've stuck to the very traditional Thanksgiving dishes for Thanksgiving, turkey and soups and things that you would have found in that time, in that era.
Beautiful. And this is your signature Thanksgiving dish, and you have some tips for us for people to prepare this year, right?
Yes, I do. Grow your own stuff. So, you know, we have our own herbs we grow at our little micro farm, but these are some of the things you can grow at home too. We have sage, we have oregano, we have thyme, and you can grow these locally. We have, you know, rosemary is easy to grow, and you just dry them out in the sun in little pans and then grind them up. It's really simple. So butternut squash soup, we prepare it a little differently. Sometimes I do it just with the butternut squash, but it tends to be really, really sweet, and it almost tastes like it has sugar in it. So I don't always do just straight butternut squash. You take a butternut squash, it's a perfect vegetable. It's got a nice hard skin. Use a regular peeler. Peel it really well till you get to the fleshy part. Chop it up into even pieces like this. I also sometimes will take acorn squash, or right now it's great to use pumpkins.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Peel the pumpkins.
In season.
Yeah, so I do use both styles, because then when you add the other pumpkin in, it's not as sweet.
So some tips to help prepare.
Yeah, I always try to use whatever I have in the fridge. Like I had this left over from making a salad last night, so I'll use that as part of my onions. I try to be as resourceful as possible, because that's how my parents were raised. They were raised in, you know, at a time when they didn't have much, but it's always great to be able to use what you have.
I love that.
Yeah, so now we're going to go in and the most important thing about when you cook things like this is to try and layer your flavors, meaning don't be afraid to season, and don't be afraid to season every part of your meal. So what we do is we'll take the butternut squash or the pumpkin, which is we didn't do today, but take your salt. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It smells delicious.
Be liberal. Don't be afraid. Salt and pepper belongs everywhere. Just a little pepper. And we season every chance we get to, and it gives you what's called, you hear it a lot, maybe you know what it is, maybe you don't, but it gives you depth of flavor. It gives you something where you're tasting going, huh, what's that? That tastes a little different than normal something. And this butternut squash is great because it almost tastes as if there's cream in the soup. It's such a great vegetable. We got some, that was sage, this is oregano. These are all from our garden.
We have about 30 seconds left in the segment.
Okay, so we're gonna go with...
So when you're done seasoning, you puree it, or?
No, we olive oil, stick it in the oven till golden brown.
Okay.
Take it out, saute onions with a little butter.
Wow.
Chicken broth.
Look at this final product, absolutely amazing.
White truffle
oil. I don't know if the Puritans had truffle oil, but we do now. So, yeah, so you add everything together, bring it to a boil, let it simmer for about 45 minutes. blend it together until it's creamy, and then taste it. Always taste the end product. You may need more salt, may need more pepper.
I'm sure yours is perfect. It smells delicious. Thank you so much for watching this segment, and make sure to check out the Farm to Table catering event venue in Solvang, Que Sera, that just opened up. Danny, Stacy, back to you.
Well, you heard the man. We have to go taste it
We
to
do.
make sure it doesn't need more salt or pepper.
Definitely,
You're
definitely.
welcome.
Definitely
You do
save us
everything
some,
around
guys.
here.
Don't eat it all.